Joseph Camus. How you doing? Oh, God. I think it's almost time for me to make myself some coffee. Ooh. Baby, Molly Jane is good. Prettiest on earth. Bad baby. Are you the prettiest? Oof. Welcome to the stream. Oy, yeah, these glasses are my prescription glasses. The other ones are just reading glasses. These are prescription. We got a little bit of a tint. I'm going to moderate the chat from on here. So anyway, just doing some stuff. I'm going to moderate the chat. Okay. Doing a few things here and there. I'm going to go and make myself a cup of coffee. And I'll see you later, Joseph Camus. And you go over to Wog's channel quite a bit. Yeah, I've seen you over there. That's pretty cool. Every time I see that blanket, I think of Roseanne. Oh, yeah, Roseanne. That's pretty old. I think one of my great-grandmothers made that. But pretty old. So I'll be back. Okay, hold in there. Hang in there. Good baby. Hold on. Okay. Baby. Let's go get Summer. Yeah, good. Okay. Joseph Camus. Anyway, guys. So, yeah. All right, anyway. So I'm just doing a little bit of stuff around the house if anybody's watching. Here. I got some records. I'm going to go through some records. Good records. Good old Rocky Top. Rocky Top, Tennessee. Rocky Top, Tennessee. Here we go. This is what I'll do. I'll practice this guitar. That's a good thing to do. Rocky Top, you'll always be home sweet home to me. Good old Rocky Top. Rocky Top, Tennessee. Rocky Top, Tennessee. I'm going through my scales. I'm still practicing a little at a time. A. B. B is the hardest. Let's see. D. C. This is, we have the B and the F is the hardest. Okay. Okay, now come up with this. North Towing, good to see you in the house today. E chord, go. Anyway. Yeah, I've got some. Another thing my uncle told me to do was to, you can take credit cards, old credit cards, and cut them up into guitar picks. So I made a bunch of guitar picks out of old credit cards. These are guitar picks made out of credit cards and stuff. So if you have old credit cards, you don't have to throw them away. You can take and make them into guitar picks. Okay, yeah, I'm just practicing farting around and killing time. Farting around, just learning the guitar. Practicing a little bit. We go into C chord, E chord, we go into D chord, Molly, up, sweet pea, come on. Molly Jane, come up in here, little princess. Up, little princess. Come here. Come up, Molly Jane. Come in here. Okay. I put this away for you so you can sit with me. Here. Here, little princess. Come up here. Oh. Yes. Our pretty princess. Yes. She's part Chihuahua. I think she's probably mostly Chihuahua. Aren't you, baby? The sweetest. Sweetest dog on earth. Yes. And she's got a cute harness to wear, too. I've got these Bluetooth headphones. So they're shortening out a little bit. This cable here is just loose. I need to solder that and cut that wire and solder it. I have a four-legged person to talk to. Don't I, sweet pea? Yes. Anyway. North Show Towing. We got 12 people watching. I got some stuff about tiny houses. Oof. Baby, what is it? Baby, what do you want? You want a snack to eat? Four-legged person? Here, take that. You don't want it. I'll give you something you don't want to eat. First of all, if I give the cat food, you will want it. Okay, snacks. Cat snacks for dogs. Four-legged people. Yes. Here. Here. I love you. Here. Here, Justin May. Here, come up in here. Okay. Yes, cat food for cats. My pretty princess. Four-legged people. Four-legged people. I've got some stuff to share with you. Stop it. You're making me so horny. That is what you do. I sit here, talk to you for just about a month and a half to do it. Yes, sir. Indeed, sir. Mm-hmm. Oh. Elva Travels. Hello. Tammy Kinsey. Got to run. Just wanted to say hi. And say have a great night. Thank you, Tammy. Thank you. A new pair of headsets. Nice to see you, Tammy. Everyone else in the chat tonight. Yes, so, yes. Jocelyn May. Molly, come over here. Here. I'm going to slide the stool to you. Come on. Up. Take the stool. Come on. Here. No. This is Molly's stool. Molly sits on the stool. Yes. A person who has dogs to talk to. Isaac, nice to see you. Oh, yes. See a cat here. We got a fluffy cat. Don't I? Cats and dogs don't always get along. It's hard to make cats and dogs get along. Yes, it's hot. I had a raccoon in here one time. On this channel, I've just been thinking about RVs and traveling and just thinking to myself that I think my channel is more, an RV is a type of an alternative dwelling. And I think it's really more about alternative dwellings. More than travel, more than getting on the road and traveling. It's more about alternative dwellings, alternative housing. RVing is RVs, vans. They're alternative dwellings. And they're all alternative dwellings that a person can stay in, whether they're meant to be lived in or not. That's kind of what it is. My fascination with alternative housing. And, and that goes into the tiny houses. That's my thing, I think, more is the tiny houses. If I can have an RV and park it somewhere and live in it in one place, somewhere, wherever that might be in the world, and it could be whether staying in it part of the time or all the time, to me that would be as good because it would be something of my own space, my own thing to have, even in one place. There's some books written about tiny houses. Okay, so if you're into tiny houses and books about the nomadic life, Lester Walker was an author. He wrote some books about tiny houses. Lester Walker wrote Tiny, Tiny Houses, or How to Get Away from It All. Tiny Houses, Designs for 43 Tiny Houses. And Tiny Book of Tiny Houses by Lester Walker. A Little House of My Own, 47 Grand Designs for 47 Tiny Houses. A book by Andrew Morrison, Tiny House Designing, Building, and Living. Okay. Sarah Stewart, Tiny House Living, A Complete Guide for Living in a Tiny House. Brent Heavener, Tiny House, Live Small, Dream Big. A book by Brent Heavener. Jenny Barrett, Tiny House Storage. Listen to this one if you live in a tiny house. Jenny Barrett, Tiny House Storage, 30 ways to stash your stuff and make your home work. Make your home look. Let me put these other glasses on. These other glasses. You're going to see me without my glasses. Here I am. Here I am without my glasses. This is me. This is my face. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. This is me with no glasses on. I have no glasses on that I know of. Have glasses on. I wear glasses on. Having bangs just gets on me nerves. It get on me nerves. I can see, even though those other glasses are my prescription, I can see better in these. Okay. I think I actually look better without the glasses, to be honest. Okay, Jenny Barrett, Tiny House Storage, 30 Ways to Look Anyway, Amanda Koyatona, Diamonds in My Pocket. I don't know what that is, but Amanda Kyattona. She lives in a tiny house, and I saw a video about her tiny house. So it's really nice. The dude abides. Nice to see you. Yeah, listen. Okay, dude abides. Sig. Will Elbow be coming in? No, Sig. The Elbow's not coming in tonight. On vacation with Zia. He's going to go to Florida, but I really don't have the money to go anywhere right now. I need to work and save some money and stuff like that. I don't want to take off and go somewhere without a whole lot of money. I know I need a break, but the point is yeah, I need a break. It will be cool to go to Florida. But yeah, I think Elvis looks like he's lost weight too. Okay. Anyway, these are some of the books about tiny houses. There's books about nomadic life too, but indigenous housing. There's a guy named Lloyd Kahn. Okay. And that would be nice to be able to do that. Just split the PayPal costs. But I don't really have a PayPal. But I'm going to talk to you guys about some of these books now. I like books about hermits. I've always admired hermits and stuff like that. So, but talking about the tiny houses, Lloyd Kahn, Lloyd Kahn, Lloyd Kahn, books by Lloyd Kahn. Here they are: Tiny Homes, Simple Shelters. That's one book. Tiny Homes on the Move, Wheels and Water. It's another book. Shelter is one. Shelter Part 2 is another book. Homework, Hand-Built Shelter. That's one by Lloyd Kahn. Small Homes, The Right Size. That's another one. Builders of the Pacific Coast. That's a book. Driftwood Shacks. That's one. The Half Acre Homestead. That's a book there. The Septic System Owner's Manual. So, okay. Tiny houses, tiny homes, simple shelter. Okay. Let's see. Diminishing returns of insulation. Micro shelters, micro living, tiny house basics. Humble homes, simple shacks, cozy cottages, ramshackle retreats, funky forts by Derek Diedrichson. And so, that Relax Shacks YouTube channel, there's stuff about it's that Derek Diedrichson that has the Relax Shacks. That's a channel. I've seen that. Watch that channel a little bit about the tiny houses and things. Anyway, yeah, I could do that, but I don't think I'm going to go anywhere. But yeah, I just think that I think the tiny houses. I built my first tiny house in 1998. That's when I built my first tiny house. Didn't really have a functioning kitchen or bathroom, but it's kind of like a place for me to stay. So I had that in 1998. I still have it. It's still back there. So it's not in its original form, but the building is the same. So I'm going to heat up my coffee. Jocelyn made. Carlos Martinez. How you doing? Carlos Martinez in the house. Earlier I had a pizza. It was a I look different without my glasses. These are my prescriptions. Anyway. Get rid of this stuff on my screen. Anyway. I had a pizza. Elvis coming back? I really don't know for sure. We had a cheese pizza for supper. I don't know when Elvis is coming back or if he's coming back to YouTube. He's saying he's really not coming back to YouTube. If he does have a YouTube channel, he's not going to monetize or anything. But I think I originally saw vans and RVs as an alternative housing. That's what I kind of originally saw the vans and RVs as. You know, travel is good, and if you live nomadically, that's a good thing, but to live in an alternative housing structure, you don't have to be a nomad. You don't have to live on the road. Just like Justin Credible was saying in a few of his videos, Justin Credible was talking about how your home is yours and you can do what you want to with it. If I want to pay a lot of money for a house, why would I want to pay a lot of money for something you can't even remodel to have a building inspector to tell you what you're allowed to do to your house? Elbow was obsessed with YouTube. He needs it more than it needs him. Yeah, maybe so. But basically, why would you pay for the privilege by paying rent? I think nomadism isn't just about traveling. It's just like if Elvis traveled, stayed in the city of Chicago all his life in his van, lived in the Lisa Marie, lived in his van, stayed in one city. If you could find a warm city, say he boondocked in Atlanta, Georgia. Say he just had to stay in Atlanta, Georgia, in his van. It's not that hot in the summer, not as hot as Florida, not that cold in the winter. Or if he stayed in Northern California in his RV in the Lisa Marie. Roger Brown, Elvis Rich Life. Good to see you, Roger Brown, in the house. Nice to see you. Just say Elvis travels, stay around Santa Rosa, Sonoma County, California. It's not that cold in the winter, not that hot in the summer. It's hot in the summer, but it's dry heat. It's not like humidity. It's just hot. But in a place like Northern California, and Elvis Travels lived in the Lisa Marie. So anyway, he would stay in one city all his life in the van, but when you live in something with wheels on it, you circumvent you get away from the laws that tell you what you can do, too, and you have more freedom. I think it's just living in an RV or a tiny house is alternative structure is about the freedom you have. You're not connected to the grid. You don't have to be connected to the grid. It's about the freedom, independence, financial independence, and you can do what you have more freedom, and you don't have to be part of the you don't have to work for the man, just like a hippie. When the hippies started protesting in Vietnam and stuff like that, and they didn't want to work for the man, they wanted life to have meaning, and they wanted to do something meaningful instead of working for the man. That was what the hippies wanted. It's kind of the hippified concept. They are Iltic is in my lap. Some are next to my leg and abandoned on my pillow. I'm just telling Joni that Elvis needs to go on the road to Florida with Elvis and split his PayPal donations to film for a few weeks. Yeah, that would be a good thing to do. I'm thinking about it. It's an idea. Main thing is, I guess alternate. You can still work and be a part of the world, and still have your alternative living space, your RV or your tiny house. But I really do feel that an RV. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Elvis has. I think that Elvis has a lot of spunk. He has a lot of personality. He knows what he wants. He's the energetic, take lead, take control type of a person. So that's what Elvis is. He's just that kind of person. That's kind of what made me want to watch Elvis Travels, because he would get up there and rant just like Bergs or like Coates. He would get up there and rant and say, "Listen here, all you ham and eggers, you need to be like me." But anyway, I felt like I think his time off YouTube will improve him. Did you see the movie Nomadland? It just came out. You should do a review on it. Okay, Carlos. Yeah, I'll check that out. Nomadland. Nomadland. I'll try that, Carlos Martinez. I'll try to find that movie and watch that. And it's funny. In 1998, I built my first like little tiny house. It was like a tiny house, but in 1998, I didn't know what a tiny house was, because that was before Jay Schaefer, the tiny house guy, wrote his book. Hold on just a minute. If you know who Jay Schaefer is, the guy who started the tiny house thing. Now, this book, Jay Schaefer's book, the Small House Book, and this is his book about his tiny houses. And so, Rich Life is a look. Roger Brown, but Rich is boring as drying paint. It's, I disagree, elbow troubles. Anyway, this is, I built my tiny house before Jay Schaefer came on the scene, but I didn't know it was called a tiny house. And that was before the tiny house movement blew up like it is today, 1998. So, I lived in my little house. And got some pictures of it, the way it looked back then, but it's survived and I still have it back there. And someday I'll do some videos about my little shack. I call it the shack. That's what I call it. Yeah, they did. The Dudabites. That's true. They first evolved as nomads, and I feel like the food, clothing, and shelter are the three basic human needs. Everybody has a right to create their own shelter. They shouldn't have any type of a bureaucracy to tell you that you can't build your own shelter. People have the right to make their own clothes. People have the right to make their own food, and they have the right to make their own shelters too. That's what people have the right to do. It's that people have the right to create their own shelter. We need to take our lives into our own hands and have power over our lives, not to let some corporation or a bureaucracy take control over our lives and tell us we have to have someone else to tell us, what we can live in or whatever. We need to feel free to make our own shelter, build our own tiny house, get our own RV, do our own van build, do these types of things ourselves and have the power to do what we want to do and do what we have to do. So that's important to have freedom as people. The charm with Kentucky is you get mostly left alone. Yeah, I guess that is a good thing. Yeah, you get mostly left alone doing stuff like that in Kentucky. So I would say that's a good thing about living in Kentucky or Tennessee or a lot of your other states, like that. It's not so bureaucratical, I imagine West Virginia, North Carolina, you know, it's a lot of the other southern states and rural states. I guess if you went to New York or somewhere, they would give you a hard time. So yeah, houses should be the alternative. But like I'm saying, the tiny house book here, the small house book by Jay Schaefer, and I've got some other books that you know. And some of these houses, I love the little loft up in here, and you can take a tiny house with you. But I want to show you guys. I've been doing these doodles here. Doodles, what my truck camper would look like if I turned it into a tiny house or made it look like a tiny house. So, so I've been drawing. I'm just drawing and having fun. If I put wood siding on my truck camper and made it like a tiny house, I especially like this picture. So, and it will be a tiny house that you can put on your truck or take it off, or just get a travel trailer or camper, pull behind camper and turn it into my little tiny house. And I can just move occasionally. I don't really have to live on the road traveling all the time. I travel sometimes. From even stay in RV parks or trailer parks or find a friend that has a piece of property. Fake rock, face tile could be nice. I think so too. Do you watch Rich Life? Yeah, Dude Abides. I do watch Rich Life sometimes. Yeah, I do. I've watched Rich Life a little bit. It seems like he's in love now, isn't he? He's got his own. Maybe they'll get married. You never know. But I do like the cedar siding. The cedar siding is really pretty. But anyway, there's so much going on YouTube these days. Who knows if Elvis will come back to YouTube? If someone else, if some other people, maybe other YouTubers, people could still complain on Elvis and try to take his channel down again. People could try to do that in the future. I kind of hope they don't, but if they do, I guess if his channel is illegal, be on YouTube again when he was kicked off YouTube. So you don't know for sure if he's going to get kicked off YouTube again. He could maybe try to come back on YouTube and people could try to kick him off again. Who knows? Is Lisa using him, you think? I don't know. I guess it's possible. Do you think she really loves him, or do you think that maybe she is kind of using him? I don't know. I don't know that much about her or him, the situation. I don't know what he would have to give her if she's using him. What would she use him for? For money? For his check or what? He just has to have another person owning the channel. Oh, so he can't really have the channel in his own name. He would have to have somebody like me to actually have the channel in my name so he could run the channel. Oh, okay, I understand. So that's how it would have to be. He can be a host. Yeah, he could be a host, that's for sure. Yeah, anyway. So that is true. And so, yeah, a lot of people miss him. I think a lot of people miss him on YouTube. So they wish he could come back to YouTube. It's not the same. So what else is new? A talk show, a YouTube-based talk show. Something like Jerry Springer or Sally. One of those type of shows. So, anyway. I guess I'm going to put you guys to sleep. I have a few things that I have to do. Housework and things like that. So, anyway. Yeah, he could be a host on the show for sure. Oh, Lord. And so, I think he did a video and maybe he was joking. He said he was taking her to Vegas. Anyway. So, what's going on with some of the other YouTubers? So, I'm going to get off here and I will see you guys later. The adult babies. Yeah, I'll see you guys later. Catch you on the flip side. Like, share, and subscribe. Good evening, Joni. Hello, Sandy. Nice to see you. Melton John is now wearing a diaper. I think diapers will be the new trend. That would be funny, wouldn't it? If somebody was wearing a diaper on YouTube. Bye, Roger Brown. Nice to see everyone. Custom made from head to toe. And there.